Okay, you have now completed your gradual boxes, okay, in your tonal strips and going dark through medium to light tones. You're now going to have a go at having that nice seamless blend from dark, medium to light tones, okay, without using these boxes as a criteria, okay, to kind of box in where your tones are. You want to do this now freehand without this box structure, okay. Now what I would do before you do anything in your booklet is to get your turn to the back of your sketchbooks, okay, and have a go on your tryout page, okay. So as you can see that I've got mine for my last demonstration. So in order to create these dark to light tones, you've got to still use the skills that you learn when you were doing these strips, okay? So for the darker tones, you're pressing down nice and hard. For your lighter tones, you're pressing light, okay? You're not putting too much pressure on your pencil to the paper, okay? Now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. You've got to vary that as you get that dark to medium to light blend, okay? So like I did with the tonal strips, I'm going to start off by pressing down nice and hard, okay? So I'm going to do it from this side to this side, okay? Just going to check that you can see properly. Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm pressing down really, really hard now. Okay, and I'm just moving in one direction, so I'm slowly keep on pressing it down, my pencil, and I'm slowly lifting my pencil off and releasing the pressure on my page. Can you see how it's getting lighter? And almost you want to get to the point where your pencil is barely touching at all, okay? Now we still want to create that nice smooth effect, don't we? Okay, so similar to what we were doing with our tonal strips, okay, you now need to go in a different direction, but you're going to do this very, very gradually and very slowly, and you're not going to press down as hard, okay? So I'm just layering up now. So where the dark areas are, I'm going in a different direction, and I'm just slowly filling in those gaps because we can still see the direction in which I shaded. You want to create the illusion, okay, that it is printed perfectly like this, okay? It's not been created by a pencil, okay? That's the secret. So I'm going in a different direction now. I'm still pressing relatively hard, but not as hard as I was when I was doing the first shade of it, okay? So I'm just slowly layering up the lead from my pencil. So I'm just bringing it in different directions, and I can already see that it's getting nice and smooth in these areas, okay? I'm going to go over it again, layering up and bringing it out nice and light. And you can start to see that we've got that gradual difference from dark, releasing the pressure of my pencil, to light. You don't want to do big scribbles like this, okay? You want to really take your time and layer up. We don't want to see any gaps, okay? So really take your time on that. Really use your practice page at the back of your sketchbook, okay? Once you're happy and you think that you've got the technique down, okay, you can have your first try on your tonal strips, okay? It doesn't matter if you get this wrong first time because you've also got a second one to do, okay? My advice is to watch this video twice, okay, to see if you can improve on this your second time round, okay? So, what you're going to do first is you're going to get nice and dark on the edge. I'm just going to do an outline so I don't go over my edges too much. In fact, I'm going to do it this way because I actually find it easier to shade in this direction, okay? So feel free to move your booklet around. And I'm just slowly building up, going around my edges, and I'm building, pressing down a little bit hard, and then I'm just going to slowly release my pencil. Now, you don't want to press down too hard too soon, okay? We know that this part here is really dark, so we know that we want to layer that up. But the trick is, I would always just go a little bit lighter than here originally, and then you can build up your pencil work. So you're not going to pressing down too hard, and then before you know it, you've got a whole black strip here, okay? So just keep it nice and light and layer up the direction in which you're shading. Layer up your pencil. I'm just bringing it out like I did on my practice page, and then I'm gradually building up my shading in different directions, so I'm getting that nice smooth layered finish. Really going to have to take your time on this, okay? As you can see, I've gone over the edge there a little bit, so I'm going to get my rubber and I'm going to rub out that edge a little bit, which is fine because we're using pencil. And remember, the more that you shade, the tip of your pencil becomes smooth in one end, okay? That's where you get that nice smooth edge. And you can see that with my pencil, I'm holding it nearer the end now where I want my pencil to be nice and light. And I'm slowly releasing the pressure of my pencil to get those light tones. What's good about this as well is you've got the image right in front of you that you're trying to copy with the tones, okay? So you can kind of compare where you need to be at that stage while you're doing your shading. So I'm actually going to press down quite a bit harder here now because, like I said, we started off a little bit lighter so that we can afford to layer up. If we start off having a big block that's really, really dark like this, if I wanted to then rub it out, it's really difficult, okay? And it kind of goes a little bit messy and it doesn't look great on the page. In fact, it probably looks even worse on this paper, okay? So just really, really take your time, okay? It's always better to go lighter first and then layer up your pen with your pencil so you're getting that nice, subtle blend. Similar with your tonal boxes, you want to make sure that the edges, so around here, are the same shade as your middle, okay? So just keep trying to layer up and go in different directions and fill in those edges as you go. As you can see, I'm really taking my time on this, okay? This video is going to be a long one because it takes time and precision and concentration, especially when you get into those lighter areas. I'm really pressing down light now. I'm hardly touching the paper, okay? I'm going in different directions, keeping it nice and light. Until I get to my end. Can you see how far along the pencil I'm now holding it? This means that you have less control, so you have to concentrate a little bit more. And if you want to get a little bit more detail in, you can near your edges. Okay. So I'm going back over now. I've gone from dark all the way up to light. Okay, you can kind of start to see that I'm mirroring this now, and I'm just going to work in the areas where it's still a little bit too light, and I'm just pressing down a little bit harder now. I'm still going in different directions. I'm moving my paper around. If you go over the lines a little bit, that's fine. You can rub that out because you won't have pressed down that hard. Just make sure when you're shading that you haven't got any rubbings on your page where you're shading, because that can get mixed up with your pencil and it can affect your shading. And keeping it nice and light now, you might want to smooth out with your finger. And I'm getting that nice, layered, gradual difference from dark tones up to light. Okay, good luck. I'm just going to go under here a little bit more because I can see that actually once I've stepped back a little bit, I'm not happy with that section, so I'm just going to keep that nice and smooth and then go to the end. So I've got it nice and smooth. Okay, good luck, and I'm really excited to see what you produce after watching this video. Remember, you've got 2 tries on this, and use the back of your sketchbook to try out on here first, okay? Good luck!